All right.
Mm.
Long time no speak. We're going to have a chat about UFC 283, the first pay-per-view of the year. I ain't doing any more chats like that because they're crap. So let's just have a chat about that event. Well, that's what you just said. No, I didn't. It was the way it was said. I did like the first pay-per-view of the year. Leave that to Anik. I'm not doing that stuff.
All right, we'll chat about it then.
All right, okay. The first thing I've got to say about it is, what did you think of the way they presented the so-called comeback to the UFC in Brazil? And you think they done a good job of it?
I don't know. I didn't rewatch
right.
I didn't rewatch any of that stuff. I don't care about all the promos and stuff like that anymore, really. You know, like some people post online, like, "Oh my god, they've just released the promo for Dillashaw versus Cejudo." It's just I'm not really that fussed about watching promos. I've seen all the well, I ain't, and you know, I just fast forward all that stuff now. So,
All right, okay, well, yeah, right. Well, they put a lot of effort into it.
right,
is what I'm going to say.
Well, how long has it been since they were in Brazil?
Look, leave that to Anik, right? That's
Yeah,
or you. You're the data
like,
bloke. And by the way, can you get the website up, because so that I won't remember all the results?
Oh, for God's sake!
Well, please, then, right? Please, just have that so that we can the results and how they've done it, because there was a lot of fights. I think there's about 15 fights on this, so I ain't gonna remember it. But look, they did a good job of it. So the first vid they showed, I think it was before the early prelims or the prelims, was it was that silly rap video. But it don't matter. It was still a celebration, if you like, of their Brazilian fighters and moments and stuff. And did you not quite like the idea of it? They've gone, we had Aldo here and he kneed Mendes in the face and then jumped into the crowd. And Anderson Silva did this in Brazil. It was like a celebration of their Brazilian fighters and champions. That's a good idea, at least. No, at least they've done something.
Yeah, I think that's quite good. I did watch, even though I just said I don't watch any of the promos and stuff like that. I did watch a couple of embedded shows, and it had the Glover, had Glover and Davison on the beach, and had guys coming up and having their photos with them and stuff like that. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah, not seen it. Brilliant.
Yeah, that
was
like that.
It weren't like all the other events. It didn't just start and go, yeah, UFC 283, welcome to Brazil, where Anik does, we're in the balling up Brazil and blah, blah, blah. They did their own vids and we're going to have a reintroduction because we ain't been here for ages. Here's a celebration of some moments in Brazilian fighter history. I liked that. And then they also did this, and you're going to tell me you didn't see it, right?
Well, I imagine they're gonna do the same. Say when they finally have a card in Africa or something, right? They're gonna make a big deal out of that. They're probably gonna show loads of clips of Ngannou and Usman and all this sort of stuff. So
you think so?
There's nothing wrong with building up a little bit of anticipation and excitement and all that. It's good, really. It's just I'm just kind of I've seen 1,000,000,001 UFC promos, so I don't really care that much about promos. But go on, roll it. Let's see it.
Well, no, hang on, right? Nor do I.
Mm.
But I'm saying in this case, I did actually watch them because they weren't. Look, the usual promos were there. Jamal Hill versus Glover and chats about things they've done and little clips of them doing chats and saying, I'm going to smash his face in. They were there, but these weren't the usual promos.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? They're a bit different. So did you see this one where the kid's writing a letter?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll have to tell you about it then, right? I don't know. I think you probably wouldn't like this, but I do think you would respect that they treated this card a little bit differently and said, well, we ain't been here for ages, so we're going to do different stuff. So this video, you probably would think this is a bit crap, right? But the video was about a kid writing to the UFC saying, I know you ain't been here for ages. I know you couldn't come here for ages, but can you please come back again? So that's him writing the letter there. He puts it in the post box. Then they get it. Then they announce the card and say, we're coming back. He's there training jiu-jitsu and saying, we love it here. This is, he says something like, I mean, I don't remember it, But he says words to the effect of, "This is the birthplace of it after
Mm.
all, and we ain't seen you for ages, and we're dying to see you again." So then they respond and go, "Here we go then, 283," and that's him getting excited, and then that's Jose Aldo replying to the postcard and saying to the kid, "There you go, kid, we're back. What do you think about that?" So it was good that they utilized him, if you like, and went, "There you go, you can chat to the kid." Look, it was a vid that they made specifically for this. So in that way, I liked it. Now, you didn't see it, so we can't have a chat about it really. But what about the principle of it is good, no?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, the way I'd look at it is just because I've become a bit old and stuffy with this stuff, it doesn't mean that
You don't look
there
old,
aren't.
you still look really nice.
Yeah, thanks, mate. We'll get onto that, but that doesn't mean that other people aren't going to want to have a little bit of anticipation and hype and build up and all that. So it is good that they do this stuff. I mean, I remember when many years ago, I used to watch everything. I mean, I'm talking whatever I could, press conferences. They didn't have embedded shows back then, but that kind of stuff. I'd watch the promos. I would be one of those guys that got excited. They've just released the promo for, I don't know, whatever, Josh Neer. But no, they've just released a fight promo
The
for whoever.
dentist,
And
isn't
yeah,
it?
the dentist, yeah. And I would get excited. It's just not for me now. I just can't be asked with it. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't do it. They're selling their product. And yeah, I do think it's good. It's just not for me. I'm going to try and find out how long they're away from.
Okay, well, that's
Here
a
you
good
go.
one, yeah.
This the event marked the promotion's return to Brazil for the first time since UFC Fight Night Lee versus Oliveira. So that is a long time because obviously Kevin Lee was still in the UFC. That was March 14th, 2020. So we're talking almost 3 years.
Oh, that was the event where it was planned and they thought they was going to have a crowd, and then COVID happened, and they still had the event, but there was just no crowd in an arena.
Yeah, it took place behind closed doors for the first
There you
time in the
go.
promotion's history. That is fantastic memory and knowledge from you. I mean, just amazing. I mean, that look, I've known you a long time, and I would say that's probably one of the most impressive things you've ever done.
You got me there though by telling me, "Oh, it was 2020," and that brought up, "Oh, why was it in the
Yeah, but it
COVID?"
doesn't matter. I never said it was behind closed doors. I just said it was the first one since they were there in 2020, Kevin Lee versus Charles Oliveira, and then you said,
Yeah,
"Oh, that
but
was the first one." Look, don't downplay it. That
thanks,
was that was pretty impressive.
thanks very much. That, you know, what can I do? If it's
It,
in there, it's in there.
it was a touch of Ariel Helwani about it.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, like the
Yeah,
Gareth Helwani knowing all
yeah,
yeah, you ain't
the
gonna get much
background.
more of it.
Mm.
So I like the stuff, and I'll ask you then if I mean, you've just said that it's good that they do it. If you ran the promotion and you had an event that they used to have loads in Brazil and all that, and then they've been away for ages, you'd do something similar, wouldn't you, to market it?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
I
cheesy.
remember.
The kid vid was cheesy with a postcard. It was, but it was. It still was a good idea to say that they've been waiting for
What
ages. It
else
was a
are you
way
gonna
to
do?
project it. It was good.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
Right.
You've got to have something, right? To sort of. Otherwise, there's no point in making a promo unless you're going to do something. And I think the kid writing the letter and stuff. I actually think it's an all right idea. And I mean, I used to like the stuff, and it's not to say that there won't be a promo or something I wouldn't get interested for in future. I absolutely loved the McGregor Aldo tour. Him ripping
Oh, the
up
World Tour thing. Yeah, well,
yeah,
good that, wasn't it?
him ripping up the photo of Aldo and eating it in the bar
Yeah.
and playing darts with it, throwing darts at pictures of Aldo and all that. I absolutely loved that stuff. Yeah, that's it. That was fantastic.
Brilliant.
One of my favorite moments in UFC history is when he stole the belt off Aldo, off Aldo in front of him, when it was sitting on the
Oh,
table
yeah.
Aldo at the press conference. I absolutely loved that. You're looking at the king. All that was amazing. There will be the odd fight card where I get into and want to watch all these promos and stuff. It's just Jamal Hill, Glover, Teixeira didn't really get me
Yeah, but
down.
it weren't about them. It was about the return to Brazil.
Well, the truth is, I really like Glover, so that would be a reason to watch the promos. I ain't bothered about returning to Brazil, though. That means nothing to me. Sorry.
But it does to the kid who wrote to him with a postcard. Does
Actor.
to him.
Actor. Fake.
It's not actor fake, is it?
Yeah, I bet you don't even know who Josh Neer is. Right.
Well, he's got pretty good teeth. You see him on this shot. So he must be dentist. Know what I mean?
No, he needs to see a dentist. Anyway, that's a bit nasty. Go on, move on.
All right, we'll go with the early prelims. Have you got the results, please?
Yeah, I didn't see the early prelims, so just, you know what I mean?
That's no surprise, is it? Anyway, there's a lot of them. So we'll burn through them. I remember liking this fight. I thought this Daniel Marcos bloke was good. He'd done loads of wicked punches and body shots and mixed it all up. It was decent. As a matter of fact, I think the early fights on this card might have been better than the later ones. It was good. As a matter of fact, they were all good. Honestly, they were good, these fights, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, he won by KO.
Yeah, done him. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to move on because we ain't got much chats to do on him. There he is. Look, he's kicking him in the face, kneeing him in the bod. That was good, that knee in the bod.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Done him. He went down from it. But anyway, there you go. That's Marcos bloke one. Now this looks stupid, right? I've done some shots for you to show how stupid this looked. Just look at the size of Blue and look at what's happening here. It looked ridiculous.
Mm.
And because she was so short, she really did have to, and get in there. But guess what? It worked. It weren't working for ages. And eventually, after getting it loads on the way in, she just gritted through it and won the fight and everything, just through running and scuffling in and trying to get underneath and in big length Blue. Then it looks stupid.
Does, yeah. That it's one of those fights that don't look like the same weight class, that's for sure.
I can believe it.
Classic David and Goliath.
But did what's his name win? Nunes won, right?
Nunes won, yeah, unanimous decision.
Oh. All right. Well, next fight then. Wally Alves versus Dalby. Now we've done a change on Dalby, and he's actually good now.
Yeah. He's looked better since he's come back to the UFC. When he was in the UFC first time round, I was a little bit like, this guy's boring. You know,
he was good in this fight, and so was Wally Alves. It was good.
I think he's obviously I haven't seen this fight, but the last couple of fights I've seen Dalby, I'm like he's everything. His striking's looking so much to me a lot more crisper and stuff like that. I actually think he's all right now. I think he's pretty good. But before I was just like, when Dalby used to come on, I used to be like, oh no, here we go, another decision. Now I know this went to decision, but I used to be like, decision, it's going to be just kind of like a strike, lackluster striking affair. I don't think that anymore. When he comes up, I'm like, oh, he's pretty good actually, Dalby. Quite like watching.
Honestly, I don't remember really liking Wally Alves fights, but he was good.
That's just because he done your mate Covington.
Right. Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was the first person to beat Covington when he choked him out.
Well, look, they were both good in this fight, and it made for a good fight. You'll see there a lot of the highlights they played was Dalby getting smashed in the face. So I don't know if it was questionable or not, whether he won that, but they kind of made it look like Alves won. But there you go. There's some of the stats for you. So I guess you can see there why he won, I suppose, if you like, based on that.
Well, it was a split decision. You can see why from that, right? It looks probably like Dalby universally probably got round 2, I imagine, on all judges' cards. Was there not much grappling?
No, it was like kickboxing.
Kickboxing, yeah. Well, I mean, you could see that round 2 could easily be scored probably unanimously for Dalby, and then the other 2 rounds are probably up a little bit up in the air, right? I know there's 4 strikes in round 1, but how do you compare, say, a nice jab landing compared to, say, quite a big right hand or a left hook or something? So, yeah, I can see why this one. I can see why it went to a split decision. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, it was a good fight. They were both good.
His bod looks good as well now, doesn't it, Dalby? His bod's, because if I remember rightly, when he was in the UFC previously, he was a little bit soft around the middle and stuff like that. He looks wicked now, shredded and everything.
And he did look, that's obviously a shot and they get a good shot. He looked brilliant in the fight and all. Yeah. Look at the bod there.
Yeah.
Honestly, and he was good. And they were both good. It was a decent fight. Liked it.
Yeah, amazing.
Now, there was a lot of chat here about these Bonfim brothers who I didn't know they were. I've not heard of them. Have you?
No.
Okay, well, they were both on the same card and they both got wins. And, the chats were things like, the hype is real. The Bonfim brothers are here. They're going to smash teeth and all that. And they won both their fights. And as you know, he done McKinney, and McKinney's brilliant. But you missed it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, was it round one, that knee in the face?
Round 2.
Round 2. Yeah.
I've actually seen that finish because I heard about it, so I looked it up. That finish.
It's good.
It's a little bit like, I don't know. I felt like McKinney was. I'm not going to say on. Well, he sort of came out into his UFC career really all guns blazing. Then he had that really quick KO in his UFC debut. But yeah, he's kind of got knocked out in a couple lately, hasn't he? So.
But that's why he's brilliant, because he's, what you say about like Amir Khan and blokes like that you've got the vulnerability there, and he comes in and has a smash. And that's why I like him, because you know what you're going to get. He's going to come in, he ain't going to mess about.
Yeah, kill or be killed.
Have a smash up.
That version, isn't it? Kill or be killed.
That's it. So he got done that time, but
yeah, he got killed.
I wouldn't get rid of him. He's brilliant.
No, he's nowhere near that stage yet.
Yeah, he's best. Next fight. Well, I can't believe you missed these fights. Stayman.
Yeah, I like Stayman. Look at that bod.
Yeah. And it's real as well, because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't just a good shot. It's real. So
his obliques are pretty mad, aren't they? Go back. He's got like stripes going right down almost to his gut.
Yeah. Well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, amazing. He looks like, what's his name? Mezzo Tom, doesn't he, in that shot a bit?
He does, yeah.
No one's going to know who he is. So this was a decision win for him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've got some stats for you.
He needed that win, didn't he, Stayman, as well? Because, I mean, he was someone who was kind of having quite a nice little sort of trot up the rankings, and then he just sort of hit an A to Z where he just couldn't buy a win. So he's won his last 2 now, but he'd lost 3 on the trot before that.
Well, there you go.
I mean, look, if you listen to the people he lost to, Jimmy Rivera, Merab Dvalishvili, and Said Nurmagomedov, I mean, that's 3 powers guys.
Yeah.
It's understandable, but it don't matter. Sometimes that can get you cut. Sometimes they don't seem to look at who you've lost to. They just look at the fact you've lost. So he definitely needed a couple of wins. And I like Stayman. He's the modern day Sean Shirk. So
yeah, he's brilliant.
I like him. Yeah.
I like him as well. He's the same as the other bloke, Stayman, and the other bloke who keeps knocking blokes out now with the feet on his toes, the grease barnet and the muscles.
Am I supposed to know who this is?
Yeah, he done someone the other day. It's the same as Stayman. They're the same bloke. Right, I'll get him later. Stayman and he's the same. Right, anyway, next fight.
You had statistics and stuff there. I even had a look at them.
Oh, you're a data bloke. That's why I put them on sometimes.
All right, so again, yeah, this looks like a pretty not much grappling in this fight.
Wood's ringing me. I told him I couldn't do chats, and he's ringing me.
He'll tend to get lost. It never rings me.
Oh,
right. Yeah, unanimous decision. Looks like Lacerda got 1 round from each of the judges. So, is that how you scored it? Have you not really got much to say?
Look, this is to do with strikes. This one.
Nah, I can tell you're not into it. Just move on.
No, because this is to do with significant strikes. Look.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, well, the other one weren't significant strikes, chats, was it?
No, you split it by round, but this one you've just done.
Well, no, I didn't. They did, yeah.
All right. Well, anyway.
So I'm saying it's a little bit different. I ain't split by round. Oh, it's just all added up. Listen, I don't know. I put it. I'm not the data bloke. You're the data bloke, and yeah, he won it decision. So that was
but I'm asking you. Do you think he deserved to win it?
It was a week ago. I can't remember it.
Brilliant. Right, next.
I thought the other bloke, Drew Dober, same.
Right, yeah, Drew Dober, yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's
business in Greece.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but Stayman is a grapple bloke, and Dober's a kickboxer.
I think Dober's meant to be a grapple bloke, but he's turned.
No, he's not. He's not. He's a kickboxing geezer, isn't he?
No, what you think that's his background?
Yeah, that is his background.
No, I don't think it is. I think you've made a staff there.
Okay, we'll look it up after. Remind me at the end. Now,
right. So everyone's going on about. Everyone's going on about this Jalton Almeida bloke. I couldn't believe it when it was an heavyweight fight because I thought, well, he's not heavyweight.
Do you remember we spoke about him before though? He had a fight at heavyweight, and yeah, he looked undersized in that as well. But that's just because some heavyweights, let's be honest, are not heavyweights. They're just untrained light heavyweights or middleweights. You know, people
All
just
right.
sag bellies. So if he's say 215 pounds, but of solid muscle, isn't that better than being 260 pounds, but you know, carrying just a big barrel round your midriff? Ain't that better? I mean, I don't know. Is it better? I'm asking you, but you don't seem to want to do chats today. So who won? And
No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sometimes the barrel bod is better. It gives you more cardio.
I know it is sometimes, but
What are
you
we
know,
talking about? How barrel are we talking about? Are we talking about Fedor or are we talking about that jelly
nah.
bloke?
See, Fedor and Cormier, that's their body type. I'm not talking about people who have a barrel because that's their body type. I'm talking about people who have a barrel because they like KFC and pizza. So I'm not talking about like the two examples we had. I'm talking about most of the heavyweights that are basically just, you know, if when Daniel Cormier walks or when Fedor walks, their bellies don't jiggle up and down, right? They're
No, that's
solid.
right, because it's
Yeah, because
it's a
that's their,
trained core.
yeah, it's just their physique. They're always destined to have a belly, right? It's like I think Ortiz took the mick out of Couture and said, "Oh, yeah, you know, you got a gut or whatever." And he says,
No, it
"I've
was.
always had it."
Oh
He said,
no,
"I've
he took
always
the
had it."
mick out of Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, sorry, who did I
Yeah,
say ran Couture?
yeah,
Well, same bloke, isn't it? Right.
yeah.
So it kind of is, you know what I mean? It's not, but it is. And yeah, so some people just have that physique, that body type. And so Cormier has it, Fedor has it. But at the end of the day, most of those,
What about this fella? He's got it a bit. He ain't too bad.
he's not too bad for a heavyweight. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad.
He got done though.
Yeah, well,
Got smashed out.
how much did he weigh, Abdurakhimov? Do you know?
Now, had I looked at that, I'd remember it because obviously I've got the qual memory about empty arenas still events taking place in empty arenas. But you know, I don't know. How do I know how much he weighed? This is still the early prelims.
Well, do you know how much Almeida weighed?
No, I didn't even understand why he was heavyweight. I couldn't believe it when it came on. But then Anik said it's his first fight at heavyweight. And I went, I didn't think he was. But he's real muscle
That ain't
business
his
for
first fight
heavyweight,
at
isn't he?
heavyweight. That ain't his
Hey?
first fight at heavyweight.
I think it is.
It ain't.
Check it.
I'm checking it now. That ain't his first fight. There you go. He fought Parker Porter in the UFC, returned to heavyweight, right? And then he fought Anton Turkalj in UFC, and it says catchweight, 220-pound bout. Well, that's heavyweight.
Well, yeah, basically
Um,
heavyweight, yeah.
and then Abdurakhimov, heavyweight. So,
So I thought he was all right. Okay, I didn't even know he was a heavyweight bloke. Look at the bod for an heavyweight.
yeah, he looks good. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Here you go. Jarlton, this is unbelievable. I actually looked up UFC 283 weigh-in results, and I'll give you the headliner. Championship fight set. Jarlton Almeida gives up 31 pounds to Shamil Abdurakhimov. So it's even headline news, and you still didn't know. Crap.
You didn't watch the postcard video. Crap.
Yeah, it's not my job. Anyway, so he gave up 31 pounds. But anyway, how did he look, Almeida? Any good?
Brilliant.
He did, yeah?
Yeah. Smashed him out, didn't he?
Yeah, TKO.
Right. Bish bash bosh. Speak you later. Done. Right. That's that one done. Prelims. So loads of fights on them early prelims. I think you've seen all these. And look, Bonfim. This is the brother. Yeah, Gabriel Bonfim versus the Lazez bloke, and he done him.
Yeah, I quite like Lazez as well.
Yeah, so do I. I think he's brilliant.
Right, yeah. But he's not as good as Bonfim. Yes, what you got to say about that, Lazez?
So that's the Bonfim brothers have come in and smashed. That was the chat.
Yeah, well, good for them. What else do you want me to say?
Well, I guess we'll go to the next fight then. I mean, you did watch that fight, didn't you? This Bonfim one.
I did, but like you said earlier, it was a week ago.
Yeah, but that's why I put a shot there showing he got him in a, you know.
Yeah, I remember, and I remember it being quick, and I remember the crowd going crazy.
Right. Okay. Right. Next fight then. Thiago Moises, brilliant.
Versus Scott York.
Who's it?
versus Scott Jorgensen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
It's
we're doing.
true,
Now we've done. Sean Shirk, Stayman.
yeah, brilliant.
Same with
And
Costner.
Couture and Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, doesn't his bod look good in there? Thiago Moises. Look at that bod.
Well, he always looks amazing, doesn't he? Anyway, he done him.
Yeah, he was holding his own though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Costa.
Yeah, he's a bit of a wild bloke, wasn't he? The other bloke.
Yeah. He's, you know what? I call him. I call him a bit of a scrapper.
What's he? Can you tell me what his nickname means, please? Milk Coulthey. Milk Coulthey. Coulthey.
What?
Milk Coulthey.
Milk.
First of all, we might have to find out where he's from. What's Milk Coulthey? Coulthey mean?
I don't know, man. Just move on.
That is your bit, though. This is.
No, but you didn't. You should have told me that before I came on.
Well, can you find out now? Just what does his nickname mean, please? If you can find out.
Milk Coulthey.
Milk Coulthey.
He's Brazilian.
Good.
He's Brazilian.
Right, let's go. Portuguese to English. Milk Coulthey. Come on.
Milk sounds like milk, right?
It might be. Yeah.
You know, it could be something like that, maybe. Translate from Portuguese into English. Milk Coulthey. Don't mean nothing. How about
that? What do you mean? Don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. Anyway, move on. I don't know.
But what's his nickname mean? I think we might have missed some other ones, right? If you don't know the Milk Coulthey, what about the sniper? Okay, look at Bonfins. Gabriel, is that a hammer? Is it a hammer chest? Maratina?
Oh, for flip's sake.
That sounds like hammer chests.
Why the Sherdog?
What's happening over there? Are you doing this?
Look, just move on. I've had enough of Milk Coulthey and everything. I can't find out because Sherdog
what does the Jalton?
I'm not agreeing cookies, so that's the end of it. Next.
Okay, what about Jalton Almeida's one? Malhadinho.
Well, look, I don't know because you should have asked me this before I come on. I ain't got
Abrakimov. His name is Abrek. What about his one? Do you know any of them?
Nope.
Spartan. Do you know that one? Right.
Next.
Look at this one. Ismail.
Moretta. Hang on, Moretta. Yeah, we know
chest,
Moretta, right? Yeah.
Moretta Bonfin.
Sledgehammer. Right? It means sledgehammer.
Okay. What about the
other
brother?
What's the next one? No, go back. No, go back. Oh, we'll do them all now. I'm in the mood for it.
I want to know all their names, please.
No, not this far.
No, Sonkora.
Sonkora. All right. Sonkora.
Brilliant.
It means Sonkora.
Okay, good name. What about Josie? Right, we'll leave that one. What about Danish Dynamite? No, we'll leave that one. Moretta, Sledgehammer, yeah?
Yeah, I've done him, yeah.
T-Rex.
Quite good, that McKinney one.
Okay, wait a minute. Abrek.
No, let me do the other one first. Malhadinho. Tabby.
What's it mean? Abby?
Tabby.
What, like Tabby Cat?
Don't know.
What about this one? It's almost the same as his brother. Look, Maratinha.
Like it means bad boy.
Does it?
Maladinho, yeah.
What about Milk?
No, go back. Go back. I can't keep up.
What, the sniper?
No, Maratinha.
Oh, you just told me it means bad boy.
No, that's Almeida means bad boy.
Oh, the Maladin. Okay, I thought he said he's called Tabby.
No, that was. Well, what do you think? Do you think that maybe Google Translate made a mistake? Do you think he's called Tabby, or do you think he's called Bad Boy?
Well, why did you say Tabby?
Because that's what Google Translate said, and then I put it into Google. What does Maladinho mean? And it said Bad Boy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Stop interrupting. The other one means mallet. This means mallet.
So the other one's sledgehammer, and this one's mallet.
Mallet, yeah.
Trying to be same's different.
And what does Abrek? Is it ABRK? Abrek.
I don't know where Abrek is. Oh,
Abrek
he's this
means-
way, isn't he? Yeah. Shamil Abrek.
It means brave warrior.
What, Abrek means brave warrior?
Yeah.
What, Abrek, one word like that, means brave
Yeah.
warrior? It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's good language to learn, isn't it?
Well, according to you,
Say
Almeida's
a whole
one
sentence
means
in about
Sally.
3 syllables. But yeah, apparently it means brave warrior. Makes
Well, what
sense.
does
Right?
Milk Courthy mean?
No one knows. Just forget it.
Okay, well, he done him. The next fight, yeah, Robocop. You know he's the best, right? Gregory Rodriguez. What does Robocop? Okay, is that because he's a come forward robot bloke?
Probably because he's a copper in his real life, right?
What do you reckon the Hulk means? Why do you reckon Bruno Ferreira's called the Hulk? Massive.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like his shoulders dislocated there, doesn't it? His
It
right
does
shoulder.
a bit, yeah. Well, never mind. I like Robocop, and we don't know the other bloke. I think it might be his debut or something like that, probably.
It was his debut, yeah, it was a late notice replacement, wasn't
Well, he done him. He smashed him out.
Hmm.
And he pointed at his back. I wanted to know if you knew what that was when he pointed at a little tattoo on his back.
Let's have a look. What tattoo? Oh, well, I can't
Well,
see
his
it.
fingers covering it, but he pointed at a little dot on his back.
I tell you, Gregory Rodriguez,
He's brilliant.
he is. And was it the last fight out? Was it against Chidien Jaquani that was amazing, where he got that huge cut right through the middle of his scalp? And I felt a little bit sorry for him because
That's why I put the shot of him crying there. Look.
yeah, I felt a little bit sorry for him because he's coming to the UFC. He's done, let's just say before this result, he'd done good. You know, he'd won 4 out of 5. The only loss was a split decision. He had obviously a couple of, really good performances last couple of fights. And then this guy comes in, late notice replacement, and just, if you like, steals all that shine. I don't think he's stolen it. It's not like all some people are talking about Bruno Ferreira, but it's a little bit like all that hard work he done getting to where he got. It's just kind of just all evaporate overnight. If you lost against someone ranked or, someone who was a big name, it wouldn't matter so much. But because he lost against a short notice replacement, it's almost like, well, he's going to be back on the prelims, back to where he started. You know what I mean? So, bit of a shame for him, really.
Ain't he, one of those blokes, exciting fighter, keep him around, he's always going to have a smash?
I'm not suggesting everyone gets cut just to be, I'm not
You
saying
said in the last fight he got a big cut.
I'm not suggesting that UFC is going to cut.
This is what you said, though, in the last one. You said there's a big cut happened in his fight or something.
Yeah, in the Jaquani one, yeah. But anyway, he's
he's brilliant.
Yeah, but it's just a bit, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bit of a shame, right? That
why
he was supposed to fight Brad Tavares. They said,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Brad Tavares he's either always, sort of like hovering around number 15 or, he's top 15 ranked. Like I say, if he lost that fight, it's kind of no harm done, really. But he loses against short notice replacement that kind of has no hype or name behind him. Like I said, it's almost back to square one. It's like he's
square one. Square one means out UFC. He's out.
So, yeah, well, anyway.
Well, I don't want him out. I think he's great.
I'm not suggesting he's going to get cut. I'm saying it's a shame that he's kind of
lost. Why
is
there no
momentum.
Chats about Bruno? The Hulk.
I didn't.
He won.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that great, though.
What, because he's got a dislocated shoulder?
No, I just didn't think. Well, I mean, I say he done that great, and he smashed out Rodriguez.
Robocop smashed him.
Yeah, so of course he looked. And let's be honest, it weren't a lucky punch. It weren't like he was getting battered from.
Brilliant.
So yeah, so that was a little bit hard.
Backed up, found a gap, bang.
Yeah, he does walk forward a bit slow, bit rigid, bit head up. Yeah, Robocop. To be fair,
his name's Robocop. That's the agreement.
Yeah, you might want to change that name. I don't remember Robocop getting banged out with a.
All right, well, nasty. Right, okay. Well, the next fight is the retirement fight of the best Shogun Hua, the best against Ihor, the duelist.
I think that's a physique that more people that can relate to, rather than Stamen and all that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and the truth is, he's a bit older and all, right?
Mm.
And he don't do like loads of weight cutting and all that probably, and he's just real, isn't he? He's brilliant. What did you think of this fight?
I
Hang on. What
thought.
about the ref? Who was the ref for this fight?
Oh, Herb.
Was it?
Well, I don't know. That's where you got. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Maybe Mark Goddard's been on the sunbeds, but
you know, I like picking up on stuff like that. I was like, what's happened?
yeah. Oh well. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
how I
there you
remembered
go.
Mark Goddard, but yeah, well, there you go.
What did you think? Good, this fight or not?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, maybe I can make it better for you because there was some good things about this fight.
Oh right, yeah, I can see him.
Hey!
Yeah, I was looking. I was thinking, is that Fred Durst in the background? You know, because I can see that red cap and
Oh
all
yeah,
that sort of stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's what initially caught my attention. But then
yeah,
okay,
yeah. See what I mean?
is that next to Jose Aldo? Is it Jose Aldo's wife or something? Is it?
I don't know about that. I've not. You're looking
That
at
looks like
everything, but
Aldo to me.
yeah, but you're supposed to be, drawn to, you know what I mean. Anyway, so there are a couple of good things about this fight. No, whoa.
Yep, yep. But
So
I mean,
them
I'll
aside,
tell you what. Early on, I thought probably the first minute or so, I thought I think Shogun's probably going to get a retirement win here.
I thought he was going to win. Yeah,
Yeah, but then after a few minutes or so, I thought, nah, he ain't. Once the other guys sort of seemed to sort of find his range a little bit, I thought, this is looking bleak
shame.
for Shogun. And yeah, it did. When he got, I feel like the old Shogun would have not crumpled to that, and understandably, the older Shogun did. So
Well, what can you do?
no, nothing. Father,
Nothing.
father time.
And yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it was. I'd say it was competitive enough, as in it was, a winnable fight and all that. It wasn't, was
Yeah, I
all
thought
good, right?
I thought the other fella looked all right, and
Yeah.
some people would
The
say
other fella, hold on.
Eagle,
How do you pronounce it though? Is it E?
Igor the duelist Teixeira. I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't sound very Ukrainian. He was Ukrainian, right?
yeah. Well, from
But,
memory, yeah,
but
yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
I mean,
Shogun got
I
done.
don't know whether there would have been someone maybe a bit more around Shogun's age and stuff like that. There might have been a better finale for.
We'll pick who then?
I mean, I can't think of someone off the top of my head. I'm just saying, if there was
Dan
someone.
Anderson.
No, but that kind of a thing,
Yeah,
someone who is, sort of maybe mid-30s, late 30s, who's maybe been
yeah.
around for a while. I'll tell you someone as an example, someone like not this person because they're not in it anymore, and not this person specifically, but along these lines, Sam
Right.
Alvey. Sam Alvey, someone like that, a
Good
winnable
one.
fight.
You know
Yeah,
what?
a
Brilliant
winnable
one.
fight. He's been around for ages
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think that would have been slightly more an interesting climax rather than sort of a young up and coming guy. So
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
mm,
Shogun don't care about stuff like that. He'd have been, whoever. Don't worry about it. I'll smash his face in. It still got done. So it
mm,
was his retirement fight.
mm.
That's it.
All right. What do you want me to do about it? Cry?
No, you've got to do the run-of-the-mill thing of your favourite Shogun moment or fight and all that
Thanks for
stuff.
the memories and all that. It's got to be the Dan Henderson fights, isn't it? But
Yeah. I've done some memories for you. Look at that. Look at Shogun Forever. That was what was going on in the crowd. Brilliant.
mm,
I do like him. I think he's brilliant. It is a
mm.
shame to lose blokes like that, but he's been in it ages, been fighting for ages. I
Can't
mean,
be
the guy's
many.
amazing. He's had some right good smashes he has, I tell you. Not just
Can't be many
UFC.
of those.
All the Pride ones are amazing.
That's what I was saying. There can't be many of those Pride crossover sort of guys left, right? If any.
No, he's the last one.
I know. Is he?
Yeah. Confirmed.
Well, there you go then.
He's the
End
last
of an
one.
era. End of an era. But yeah, it's yeah, he's kind of his UFC career was a bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? But
Well, became
generally,
champ, so that always helps, doesn't it?
yeah, that does help. But it's a bit of a mixed bag, sort of a bit up and down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just going to go through it here. If we, now that you've brought it up,
Let me see if I can remember some of them. I know he came back. He got
well,
done.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the fighters, and then you tell me whether he won or lost in his UFC.
Oh yeah, no, well that's going to be easy.
All right, Forrest Griffin.
Oh yeah, he absolutely. No, hang on. Wait a minute.
So it's going to be easy in the first one you've got done. Go on.
Forrest Griffin.
Yeah,
I think Griffin done him with a rear naked choke.
that's right. Yeah, he had him on his flat on his.
Yeah.
Stomach,
Okay. I was going to say he smashed his face in, but that weren't Griffin that done him. Okay. Yeah. Griffin done him.
Yeah, that's right.
Rear nakeds.
Mark Coleman.
Yeah. That fight he came back and he done Mark Coleman. I love that fight. Double no breath. Yeah. Brilliant. He beat him. Standing TKO.
Yeah. Only 20 seconds left in the fight in that one, or 20 odd seconds.
Enjoyed that one. As far as I'm concerned, he's never fought him. So, I've no idea. As far as I'm concerned, I've never seen that fight. What happened? I don't know. Okay, I've got to guess. I'll say Liddell. Nah, because he would have got champ after it. I say he beat Liddell. You don't.
He did, yeah.
You don't lose fights and get a title shot. That was my thinking there, not because I know the fights. I don't.
Yeah, it was in that. I guess it was in that Liddell A-Z where he just started getting banged out by everybody, right?
Did he bang him out, or was it decision?
No KO. Yeah,
don't remember it.
No, me either, really. Lyoto Machida.
Yeah, he lost the first one, but everyone thought he probably won it. But it don't matter. He lost it on a decision, I think.
That's right. Then Machida again.
I mean, he came back and then bashed him out in 1 or 2 rounds.
Yep, first round. Then John
Jones.
A
boot, followed it in with punches and hammer fists, finished, and brilliant. Loved it.
Then John Jones.
Well, he got done by John Jones, who don't. Apart from Hamill, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Forrest Griffin.
Another Griffon.
Hmm.
I'm going to say he done him in the rematch.
He did, yeah. Again, I can't remember that. KO.
I can't remember it.
First round. Dan Henderson.
Oh, they're for UFC. I agree with you. They're my favorite Shogun fights. Those two are amazing. I think he can't have been a 1-1. Obviously, I would have had a third one. I think he lost decision on both of them.
He lost decision on the first one. Next one, here you go. A blast from the past. Brandon Vera.
Oh, the truth.
Mm.
No, the truth. I think he done the truth.
Who didn't? Yeah, he done the truth. Punches.
I don't remember it.
Gustafsson. I kind of regret doing this because he's had so many smashes. We're not even near the top. Pick up the pace, will you?
Gustafsson won that one.
Gustafsson won, correct. Chael Sonnen.
Sonnen won by takedowns.
No, Sonnen won. I don't know why I remember this fight. I think it's because I was so certain that Sonnen was going to get done. I think Sonnen won in a good spell, but he done him with a choke. I think Shogun went in and Sonnen done a guillotine choke on him.
Unbelievable.
In the first round, yeah. So Sonnen beat him. James Tahuna.
No, Tahuna done him.
No, he done Tahuna in the first round. So for someone who said that they knew all of this was going to be easy. So
yeah.
Dan Henderson, where you said he beat.
No, he lost both of them.
Yeah, he did, but this one was TKO. That was amazing, that fight, if I remember
the best fights.
Yeah. Ovin Semprou.
What the?
Yeah.
That bloke.
OSP.
No, Prue done him. He done one of those stupid step back towards the fence and then popped him one, I think.
Yeah, that's right. But isn't that the famous one where people do all the memes of him slipping over on a skateboard?
It might be, yeah. I remember this at the
end. You go out and have loads of smashes and people just blaze.
Nasty.
Yeah. Rogerio Nogueira, Little Nog.
No, he done Little Nog.
That's right, yeah, decision. Corey Anderson. 25-7, beasting.
I'm going to say Beast
25-8, sorry. 25-8.
Beast done him.
No, he beat Corey Anderson. It's a good win, that. That's one that's aged well, that victory.
That is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, he won on split decision. Your favourite, Jean Volonté.
I think Volante done him.
No, he done Volante. God, you're
I
crap.
can't
At this.
believe I went for Volante.
Anthony Smith,
Now Smith done him with running in Belfort style punches.
elbow finish, yeah, first round. Tyson Pedro.
Now Pedro done him.
No, he done Pedro. That's another one that I think will
Brilliant.
that win will age
Yeah.
age
So
very well.
Shogun's the best.
So yeah, he got a so he beat him. So you're not done very good on this game. Paul Craig, Scottish guy. Oh mate. In
Now
the
Paul
UAE.
Craig done him with a triangle, probably.
Incorrect. It was a draw. So that's another one where he kind of done all right.
Yeah.
You know? And then again, Rogerio and Little Nog again.
And last time he got done by Little Nog.
No,
This time he done him.
Yeah, he beat Little Nog. He beat Little Nog both times.
Yeah, all right.
Then Paul Craig again. Don't remember that.
Craig done him with a triangle, I think.
Submission to punches.
Who got submitted to punches?
Shogun lost. OSP.
What? Again?
Yeah.
No, OSP done him again.
Yeah, he lost split decision. And then obviously lost to punches to this guy. So 3 losses.
Absolutely the most fights I've ever known in UFC. Didn't even realise myself. Brilliant.
I'd have to go back and rewatch so many of those. I just can't remember.
Brilliant.
Now, some people seem to think that the celebration of the Igor guy was a little bit disrespectful, considering it was, a Legends retirement fight.
Well, he's doing mates with him there. Oh, well, that was just a shot afterwards.
Yeah, but you know what? After he beat me, he done like a little dance, and he done. He done like wave his finger and then like that. Now, some people found that a bit disrespectful.
Only because of who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy's name is the Duelist, and so
it's his move.
Yeah, and he said it wasn't disrespectful because the reason he went like this is because
let me see. I got to get a full screen of it. Go on.
Usually he would do a like I've done ya, but he didn't. He went, no, I'm not shooting you because you're Shogun, and he shot into the air.
Brilliant.
So it's actually
reverse disrespectful. Yeah. He's brilliant.
I liked it as well.
Excellent. You know what? Brilliant explanation. Let's get a shot of him back up because he's now been agreed. Oh, not with him smashing him. Yeah. No, wait. No, hang on. No, wait.
No, that's Mark Goddard.
Not Goddard. Yeah. I like that. That's good. Good by Ehor.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Love it.
Showing maybe people shouldn't be so quick to judge.
Correct.
Right.
That's exactly right.
That's the moral lesson over and done with. Next one.
Next fight.
Spend about half an hour on bloody Shogun because you don't know.
Well, why wouldn't you? Respectful retirement fight.
Yeah, all right.
Right, main card. We're in. So, first thing I got to say about the main card is the people turning up. This is the bit where they film them. Figueiredo turning up, looking like a champ and all that stuff. So you've got these 3 turning up. All good, right? Figueiredo's turning up. Jamal Hill's turning up. Glover's turning up with his wife. They're all turning up. No problem.
It's just normal, not dressed normally.
Dressed normally.
Because usually, these days, the Conor McGregor era, everyone's trying to dress up looking like bloody some sort of, I don't know.
A king.
Catwalk model, yeah, or like some sort of prince or something. Let's have a look. And it's obviously going to be Moreno. Looks like crap.
There is a reason I've separated him, but it ain't that because he's dressed normally as well. But then Moreno turns up, and I was like, okay, all right.
With a cup of coffee.
Something like that. Anyway, you take whatever you want.
This shows you as well, though, right? About not judging a book by its cover and all that sort of stuff. You'd look at this guy, and not just because of his size. Even if you scaled him up to an average size guy, 5'8", 5'9", you wouldn't think much of this fella, I don't think. Where are you going?
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, but we're not chatting about his fight yet.
Right, well, you want to chat about his side piece? Is that what you want to chat about?
What do I want to chat about?
His side piece. Is that his missus? Is he married?
Yeah.
Is his wife? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want me to say about it?
Nothing. Nothing.
No, I mean,
Nothing. Just bringing it to your attention.
I think they,
How we arrived at the show. That's all.
yeah, it looked like an all right match.
Like,
I don't think she's like sort of out of his league. You know, if he weren't famous, I'd still go, yeah, they look all right together, those two.
yeah.
No, she looks a little bit like Dillashaw's wife.
I don't know what she looks like. Oh yeah, I do.
She looks like that. Yeah, she looks like
Doesn't
that.
it? Anyway,
She definitely does. Right, but go on anyway. Right, let's go.
First fight on the main card.
Paul the hair transplant Bear Jew Craig.
What do you think? He's had his Barnet done, do you?
Definitely had it done. Look how straight that is.
He's still got splat though.
Yeah, but it looks better than it did before. But honestly, splat or no splat, bald or not bald, he would look amazing. That guy looks wicked.
He does look fantastic.
Physique, great beard, good face. I mean, he looks wicked anyway. You don't need to worry about this hairstyle.
No, you're right. He looks brilliant. That's the truth. But he got done.
Yeah. Oh, look, you even got a shot of his.
Oh yeah. Oh, not by purpose.
But yeah,
told you, I still had it. So
I really hate that picture at the bottom of Johnny Walker with his legs open like that.
What? I put that there by purpose. Brilliant, no?
I hate that.
Having a laugh.
That looks horrible. That. Anyway,
what do you think of the fight?
Typical sort of Craig fight where if he can get it where he wants it to be, you feel like he's got a real good chance of winning it. And he's one of those guys because he has that potential that he can snatch out of anyone. But he's also got a little bit of that Ryan Hall, Damian Maia. Who's the other bloke? There was another bloke that always used to shoot down for a leg. Can't remember. Anyway, he's garnered a little bit of that reputation now of a guy to be avoided at all costs on the mat. And I think it really means he's going to have to either work on his getting the fight to the ground, or he's going to have to really improve his striking.
He does do the desperado, doesn't he? I'll grab anything just to get you down there and do you. But when his last fight, didn't he get done from the bottom? Punches in the head and all that. So I think people might have figured out his moves. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a little bit of the Ryan Hall and Damian. If you remember the last sort of like 3, 4, 5 fights of Damian Maia, it was just him flopping down on the floor, trying to just grab, like you say, hold of anything and drag someone down, right? Because people just went, well, I'm not doing it.
In a way, it's a good thing because he's fighting to his strength, right? He knows he ain't that good at striking, so he's fighting to his strength. But you've got to hide it. You've got to hide it more, haven't you? He held onto that leg with 2 arms. Let's get the shot. He held onto that leg with 2 arms. 0 defense. Look at that. Bang.
It's still
on the feet and on the floor, no defense. He's still holding onto it with 2 arms.
Yeah, it's still good power from Walker and good accuracy.
It was good, yeah.
You know, because obviously if someone's grabbed hold of one of your legs, you know, a lot of your base is taken off the floor, and so therefore your power is compromised. So it's good that he had that, but I just get the impression that Craig is not a striking background guy, and so he's probably ability to absorb those shots and stuff is probably not.
Oh, you say he's not trained for that kind of thing, really?
Yeah.
As much as some of the other stuff, obviously he trains it, but
of course, But I think, he's not, say, as comfortable getting smacked in the face as, say, you know, a lot of the, say, you know, striking guys. And so, he sort of ate one of those shots, kind of crumpled down to his, you know, down to the floor. And then, as you say, but because he's so desperate to get someone to the max, he's so desperate once he's got hold of a limb to not let go of it. It just means that, you know, he just ate another shot straight away because he had no protection, because everything was, he just expended 100% of his stock in that leg, grabbing hold of that leg and getting Walker down. And the thing is, if he did get Walker down and finished it, you'd have gone, well, that was the
brilliant
right
idea,
yeah. But because he didn't, and he just ate another shot, and then that was all she wrote, you kind of go, you know, he needs to have a little bit more diversity to his game. Otherwise, people are just going to stay away from him at all costs.
Well,
And
I agree, right? You look at, there have been a lot of people in Johnny Walker's position there who wouldn't have taken advantage of that and probably would have got dragged to the mat. But now that's another technique that people have showed and gone, well, if he grabs your leg like that, try punching him. And Walker's length and whatever and was able to reach him. But you know what I mean? A lot of people would have just gone, I'm on one leg here. I'll try and stay up with balance, but I'm probably going to end up down. And he didn't. He didn't agree it. And now that's something that someone else can watch and go, well, that's not a good. Or even Paul Craig can watch it himself and go, not a greatest idea for a takedown. You know, I'll learn from that and all. We'll see. He's getting done, isn't he?
Well, he's lost his last two. So it's a strange one because he obviously doesn't he hold a victory over Ankalaev and over Jamal Hill. So we'll get on to Jamal Hill soon. But obviously Ankalaev arguably could have been the champion after the Blachowicz fight anyway. And
that is weird. Yeah.
And
interesting little bit of data usage there. Thanks.
But yeah, it's just a bit, like I say, it's a little bit like that whole Ryan Hall thing, right? People go into a fight with him now and they make sure that they avoid the ground at all costs. They're overly cautious with their striking. They make sure they don't, swing too up wild, too over the top. Maybe keep the strikes down the middle, at range and stuff like this. And then the end sort of product of that is you start getting boring fights as well because people are very standoffish. And obviously, say someone like Ryan Hall will then just start desperately trying to grab hold of anything. And I think these guys, I don't know, maybe need to just try and think of some more unique ways of getting people to the mat, or you just got to get your striking game up, and hope that you can pose enough of a risk striking wise that people, where are you?
Well, everyone's concentrating on just you. So I thought,
Well, no, get rid of that. No, it's too much of just me.
All right.
Yeah, anyway. I hope Paul Craig can come back really, because I think he's brilliant. Does the good weigh-ins, doesn't he? The Braveheart face and all that.
Yeah. Well, he's brilliant. So you don't like the bottom right shot? That's been agreed. But what about the next shot? Yeah, but you're telling me this ain't the best shot ever?
Yeah, that one's all right. That one I don't mind.
It's fantastic. Don't mind. I absolutely love the sitting on the cage and calm and laid back and it was easy. 2 seconds, it's done. Look at that.
Yeah,
mint.
Definitely better than the previous one with his legs spread wide open, like he's just about to start some sort of X-rated movie. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, well, anyway, look, he's made up for it with this wicked cool shot. That's amazing, that, isn't it? Look at that. Look at it.
It reminds me of Chimaev. Remember when he was waiting for Gilbert Burns to come into the cage?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Burns, ain't he coming up on this card? Oh, no, not yet. Look, I'm not skipping it. You'd never expect me to either. Right. Okay. So, Lauren Murphy versus, what's her nickname? Bates
Estaca. I'll find that out.
Versus Lauren Murphy and Andrade. I mean, this was what's the English for it? A drubbing.
Pile driver.
Pile driver. Do you think that's a new name since she smashed out Nama Nunez with that move?
Maybe. I don't really remember her having a name before. What her name was?
No, I don't either.
I know you're not the biggest fan of Andrade, but the one thing I will say about her is at least she does go in there to put people on the seat of their pants. Yeah, she really does. And unlike I'd say a lot of the female fighters, she's kind of got that sort of raw aggression,
strength, power
as well. So
at least there's that.
Yeah, and so even though she's a bit wild and a bit sort of, someone a little bit more refined, you'd think should be able to just pick her off at range. She's in a way, I like her. I like the fact that she just goes in there and goes, "I'm going to go in there and try and smack you."
I agree. Brilliant. So, loved it. I love the fact that it was just like, I'm going to beat you up. I've always liked the chats. It's just that the whole walking in and then throwing massive punches and missing and then going, well, I've got to follow you. I'm going to walk it. It's, to me, the skill level was crap and relied too much on the grit.
But the thing with
she
her
definitely
is
looked better skill in this one, but might have been because Murphy.
maybe, but that's what I was going to say is that if she could refine her skills a little bit and rather than just be a winging shots and actually just sort of be a bit more technical,
No doubt about it.
she'd actually be really good. So
got good stuff going for her. Not necessarily
Mm.
attributes. She's not tall and long and all that, but like you said, she can get smashed and no problem, and actually have a smash. She's got the threat. The thing that you say a lot of the time about the women, and I know this went to a decision, but the thing you say a lot of the time is there's not that much threat of one of them finishing each other or whatever. But she's
not with
good
one,
powers.
not with a single strike, yeah. And but yeah, as you say, she does carry that threat.
Yeah.
So,
some stats for you. Unofficial personal best significant strikes.
Yeah, I mean that is
Is it because of the punch bag?
71 strikes around. That is.
Oh, see, that's your thing. We really do need to find a way to implement that.
That's 14
that.
strikes.
You broke it down straight away.
14 strikes a minute, which is essentially she was landing a strike every 4 seconds.
Well, look, honestly, that's
It's
brilliant,
lot,
isn't it?
That's a lot, yeah.
And there you can see the face that it was going on. Look. Smashed, bludgeoned. There's a lot
would
in
you,
this.
Would you have pulled? Would you, if you were in Murphy's corner, would you have pulled her out? Obviously, that discussion has reared its head again.
No.
Would you have pulled her out?
No, not at all. Didn't think it. I was going to say there was a lot of times, a number of times there was some Dan Hardy shout outs, weren't there? Stop the fight from Cormier and all that. There was a bit of that going on. Definitely in that fight. Can't remember what other fight it was in, but it happened a few times on this card, a couple of times, few times, whatever. Maybe I remember when they come up. But no, why would you have stopped that fight? Yes, she was getting smashed. Oh, it was the Glover fight. That was the other one where it was like, stop it, you might as well stop it and all that. And Hackleman's out at the side saying, can we stop this now and all that. But I mean, to me, Murphy might have looked like she couldn't win the fight, and you might want to say she's not in the fight as in skill-wise, she weren't in the fight. But she didn't look like she was going to go down or anything like that. She was fighting back. And that's look, if you go by the criteria, right, you've got to show you're intelligently defending yourself. She was trained to do that. And you've got to fight back or whatever. So that's what they normally say is fight back. And she was fighting back, right? No? Yeah. So no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I know, but there comes a point where you maybe go, you're outclassed here, and save it for another day, kind of thing.
But because it's MMA and you can do things like a choke or an armbar, and there's other ways, you kind of go that there's a chance, like in the Prohaska and Glover fight, where you go, well, he's probably won this one now, and then he does him in a choke. There's always that chance. That's why I wouldn't have stopped the Glover fight either, because I thought, no, he's real at jits. He can, he could submit the guy still, even at this stage, Now, he didn't, but he could have.
It's one of those things, isn't it? That it's easy to be wise after the fact. Now that she just basically got, a battering, people can turn around and go, well, you should have stopped that in round 2, or you should have stopped that after round 1 because you'd have saved her 2 rounds worth of damage, right? But it's kind of how, like sometimes when a fight, you feel like it's going on too long, but then they pull out, say, a Hail Mary, Czech Congo, Pat Barry and stuff like this. And then afterwards, the commentators will go, oh, no, incredible refereeing by Mazzagatti or whoever. And it's like...
No, the art of that one.
I know, I picked Mazzagatti on purpose.
Yeah, because it's the best, yeah.
But it's only easy for them to say that because what happened. But 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't pull out that Hail Mary and you just end up getting pummeled on the floor, and they go, why did the ref take so long? So this stuff is always a little bit sort of, with the power of hindsight and all that. With the power of hindsight, you just wouldn't have put Lauren Murphy in there at all, and was saved 3 rounds worth of damage and saved everybody 20 minutes of their time. But but we only know that now because she got a licking. So like you say, you could have let her go out for round 3. She could have got hold of a single leg, dragged her to the mat, maybe locked in a choke, and then everyone would have been going. Yeah, everyone would have been going, isn't she brilliant? You can never counter out the heart and resolve of a champion.
Right.
So you just never know. There are times, I think, in fights where people need to be pulled out but that's the referee's job. And I do think that corners need to pull their fighters out sometimes. But yeah, maybe not this time. Maybe not. And I don't think so with Glover either. But we'll get on to that.
No, me neither. Look, she was getting smashed in, Murphy, but she seemed okay, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Weren't wobbled all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. If she was getting rocked and wobbled
Right.
and sort of stumbling over every time she got hit, then I'd be going, look, there's a problem here. But if she's just getting hit a lot because Andrade is better, then that's kind of the
Seems
name of
like
the
she
game,
still
right?
had enough about her that she could have, given the right position, won the fight. It was possible.
Mm.
Possible.
If
But
this was the
yeah,
case, we'd pull Darren Elkins out of every fight in the first round, right? But one of his things is he keeps going, and how often does he, round 2 or 3, and you go, he's going to turn it around. This guy, I can't
yeah.
believe it.
Now, it
So,
helps that Elkins, not just the durability and the agreement that that's what it is, but it helps that he's pretty much always trying to grab hold of you, put you down, and get it where he's best. Whereas Murphy it stayed the same. There was no adjustment made.
mm,
I'm going to try and do you at fist. It's like, well, it ain't working.
mm.
Is that because she ain't got the skills? Is that the corner not telling her how to adjust, or is it that she was all dazed and couldn't? Who knows? I don't know. Why don't you ask her?
No,
I
no,
never brought it up.
she should get in touch with Eddie Alvarez. He'll sort it out.
You sort it out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, brilliant. What's her name? Barb. Barb's on the blue team. My name is best. Next fight. What does Dorino mean, please?
It means.
And while you're at it, what does the Haitian sensation mean? Because there's no sensation going on. Right. Anyway, Magni got done here. What's it mean?
Tough.
Fair enough. Simple
Weird,
as
isn't
that.
it? It's weird, isn't it? Because if my nickname, say as a fighter, was tough, people go, oh, crap. But when you hear Dorino, you go, brilliant. Sounds
It is a
amazing.
brilliant name, yeah.
So it's kind of weird how that
It's
kind of
better than
works.
Gilbert Tough Burns, isn't it? Because that would be, I'd go, crap. But Gilbert Dorino Burns is brilliant.
Do you reckon Neil Magny needs to get Paul Craig's fella on the case?
I'm going to say, he
Possible,
might
isn't
have a word before it's too late, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but nothing wrong with having a consultation, having a chat about it, is there?
Exactly, yeah. If you
Why
want to go
not?
down my route, then nothing wrong with that
There's the
either.
evidence that it's brilliant. Hold on. Hang on.
No, don't do a full screen.
Oh, God. Right. So Burns done him. Was it round 1 or 2? I can't remember.
Round 1, wasn't
One.
it?
I think so.
I believe so.
Done him. Afterwards, he said he's going to do everyone and all the chat and submit everyone. They're all getting done. Made short work of Maggers. Yeah, unfortunately. And now, what I will say is, Maggers said in an interview before this. Now, I do like his chats a lot, but he did a chat before this and said he had a training session with Chimaev and got done by him. Made him realise that he is the real deal. That you can't do anything about it. But he said he said he definitely done me in that training session without a doubt, not denying it. It's, I'm admitting it. He said all over me. He said, but it taught me. It taught me, look, all right, you've got things to do. Because if you had a fight, you were calling him for that fight a lot, wouldn't he? He said, and if I had that fight, I'd have got done probably. He said, so it made me realise that I've got some stuff to do. Well, I ain't had a chance to do it.
Yeah, to be fair, they weren't long between that Chimaev training session and Burns.
Right, yeah, so give him a chance. But so far, same's got dragged down and bang with a Chimaev style move. So fair enough, good for Burns, right? Because he needs to get back on track and all that stuff. And Magny, even though his fights get on my nerves, he mostly wins them. So it's still a good win, isn't it? He got rid of a bloke. Burns got rid of a bloke quick in round 1 that could have done him.
Yeah.
Easy could, Magny could have won that, and it would have been Magny with another win that I don't want to say don't mean nothing, but because he's just doing the decisions and whatever and taking all the blokes out, it goes sort of under the radar, doesn't it? His fights, they do. But Burns went, no, sorry, done you. Well, there you go. You got anything to say about that fight? You're just going to sit there like a flipping lemon.
What do you want me to say? I mean, it was over in the first round. I think Burns is quite good. Now, what I mean by that is he was someone who I felt had a couple of wins at the right time against the right people, and
Right,
kind of
right.
got highly ranked when he maybe a bit too quick. But you know
Oh,
what?
I see.
He seems to have proves that he is brilliant.
Oh, well, he's proved that he's tough.
Well, yeah, but we knew that anyway because it's in his name.
Oh,
But I would say that I hate the welterweight division, and that's all there is to it. Nothing's going to change
right.
my mind.
Okay, that's it. The
Um,
welterweight division, it stinks.
no, it don't stink.
Oh,
But you know, obviously we've got Edwards versus Usman rematch. I don't like rematches because I just feel like it puts the whole division on like it's almost like it's been on pause now for ages. You know what I mean? I'm not always into these rematches. Just 'cause if you're a champion, lose your belt, you lost your belt. You know what I mean? Get on
agreed.
with it.
I agree with that.
And
I
so
mean,
I
Usman was
kind
a real
of,
long
well,
running one.
to be fair, Usman actually does deserve a rematch, right? He was the
Yeah,
champ for
you're just
absolute
saying in
length.
general,
He's
but I do
done,
think
yeah,
this
he's
one is
done,
good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's done Edwards before and stuff like that. So he actually does deserve it. But what I'm saying is just the idea of constant rematches gets on my nerves a little bit. I just don't like the welterweight. As you know, I just feel it's like one of those divisions where the rankings just don't seem to have moved for ages.
Well, you got the
It's
Ultimate Wonder Boy, ain't you?
Well, you got Wonder Boy still in there. You got Bilal Muhammad in there. Sean Brady at number 8. I just don't know how that is a justified ranking. But anyway, we won't go into that. I'm not here to talk about welterweight rankings. I actually think Burns is pretty good as far as welterweights go. So I ain't. Let's be honest. The best ones are Chimaev and Rachmanov, but they're just taking too long to get those guys
Oh, Rachmanov, yeah. Nah, that guy is the best. Yeah,
at the top. So
he's the best.
anyway,
Yeah. All right, well, I've swiped it off.
good apps
Yeah,
them, aren't they?
Figueiredo. Hey, what's
Well, them
happened?
apps.
Yeah,
Yeah, are they incredible?
good, aren't they?
I just don't look. I know no matter what supplements I took, what training I did, I'd never have abs like that ever, ever. I could even
No,
get,
me neither.
when gizzards get that get it sculpted, abs sculpted into their
Oh,
body.
that's right.
I don't even think they'd
What's
still
his
look
name's done
like
it? De La Hoya.
that. Oh, did he do it? Did he?
Yeah, he's had it all slashed out. All the fat gets slashed out. What he said was that he's always had abs, and it's not about him not having abs. His abs have always been there. He said, but I've just got them on show by sucking all the fat out of them, sculpting them, is what you've just said. And
Yeah.
he said the good thing about it is, and this is weird. Tell me how this works. He said once you get rid of the fat in that area, it
Mhm.
don't grow back there. He said, yeah, it'll grow back. It'll come back somewhere else. You know, maybe whatever. I think he said, I might come back on my shoulders or something. He said, but it don't go back there. I mean, why would it not go back there? Well, you put a block there. Why wouldn't it go back there?
I don't believe it. How about that? How did I never know this? I'm having a look at the shot of his abs now.
It's quite a new thing, I think. But in
His arms look good and all. Because Oscar De La Hoya was never sort of a shredded muscle business fighter. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things as well, right? These certain shots are going to look good, but I bet you at certain times his abs look really fake and really crap. I bet you.
But what about in the shot that you're looking at? It look good?
Yeah, they look quite good.
Might look a bit crap on an older bloke. You might look silly.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, he's still just about getting away with it now, but when he's like 60, ain't he's going to look stupid?
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, we got onto that because of Figueiredo, and he's got qual ones.
yeah.
Fight number 4 and all that. I told you I'm not doing the Anik stuff. Ain't doing it. Punched him in the eye. Doctor stopped the fight. Moreno's now the real champ because he was an interim with Cara France right before this.
Mm.
That's why they both got a belt, innit? Because first of all, I was like, why they both got a belt? Like, oh yeah, interims Cara France. He done him with a body boot, smashed him out of there. Full fight with these two, and there you go. That's the end of it.
All right. Next.
Good fight though, wasn't it? A really good fight, actually. There was some really good moves in there. One of my favourite moves was when Moreno was on his back and he grabbed the back of his ankle and then put his foot behind the heel and done a brilliant trip sweep move. That move was fantastic to do in a fight. Brilliant. There was loads of good stuff like that in there. It was good.
Yeah, some good scrambles. Yeah. some good scrambles. Nice to bring it to a close. This sort of saga. It has been. It's not even say a bad set of fights. You know, they're all decent,
They've
good
all been
fights.
good, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just again a little bit like what I was saying with Usman and Edwards. It just feels like everything's been put on pause for ages, and I'm looking forward to seeing some different fights and different fighters and different sort of challenges and stuff like that. Moreno won it easy. Obviously, Figueiredo saying he's going to go up to 135 now.
Took his gloves off to say it and all.
Yeah, I like a few people. I thought he was going to retire.
Yeah, it
That's what I
seemed that
thought.
way, didn't it?
But obviously he's retiring from that division. That kind of suggests that he feels that performance or whatever. It's not like he went, look, I was going to go to 135, but I can't let that guy do me that easy. He just seemed pretty happy to go, yeah, all right. I'm moving up to 135 now. So that kind of suggests that it was that weight cut is probably getting a bit
Must be, innit? Yeah.
bit too hard for him. Do you think he's going to be a threat at 135?
Can you tell me like the top 5 blokes are?
Top 5. Hang on a second. I can actually.
Of course, that's
Bantamweight, right?
your bit, innit?
Yeah,
What you do.
bantamweight, right? So Sterling, champ.
No, I mean, I was going to say do him, but Sterling's all long. Might be a bad matchup for him. That next one.
I'll just read out the 5 names: O'Malley, Yan, Davalishvili, Marlon Vera, and Corey Sandhagen.
All right. Well,
Rough.
that's bad. That I mean, I think Figueiredo's amazing, but they're all. I mean, most of them are length, apart from Davalishvili. He's short, squat bloke. All the other blokes are all long and bandy.
Yeah.
Rangy and all that stuff. I don't know. Don't sound good from what you said.
Doesn't sound optimistic, does it?
Not
I mean,
really.
it's one of those. It's powers that division all the way through the top 15. You know, Rob Font, Dominic Cruz, Song Yadong, Pedro Munoz, Ricky Simon, Umar Nurmagomedov, Gutierrez, Yanez. I mean, they're both of them. They're 12th and 13th, and both those guys are wicked. Said Nurmagomedov and Jack Shaw. So that is a rough division. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think it's good to put a full stop at the end of that, because honestly, I was getting well bored of Figueiredo Moreno.
Even though every fight's been brilliant.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
Like you, I didn't want to watch the fight. I was like, I can't bother with this, but it was decent, really good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't matter. Right, see you later. Right. Oh look, I forgot about all the ones that were. Hang on. Right, so just hold on a minute, right? Because the bits that we forgot
Are we going to go back and look at those chuggers again, are we?
No, in a minute. We'll get to them. Yeah. What we forgot about here was, not him. We forgot all the fights that had been sniffed in. So performance of the night was Bonfin with a knee to McKinney. Yep. Right? So yeah, and a good one. Oh, Almeida. Performance of the night. Let me see if there's any more. I don't think the Goddard's in it. Okay, yeah. Hang on.
I'd say performance of the night went to that dress.
Yeah. Which dress? This dress or?
Went to her dress, holding them in all night.
Yeah, okay. And there ain't no more. I think we've done it. So it must be the, what's his name, fights power. Oh yeah, fight of the night. There you go. I mean, it was good, this.
Yeah, it's right.
But I don't know if it's your sort of fight, this. I've got a feeling that you didn't really like this that much. But maybe I'm wrong. I liked it, gritty. Both blokes smashed in.
Yeah. I thought the main takeaway for me, I mean, do you remember a while back, and I know you can go, oh yeah, of course you said it, or whatever. But a while back, I said to you, the light heavyweight division is going to be a bit of a merry-go-round for the next couple of years.
Yeah, they said the belt was going to keep changing hands. Yeah. This is when I'll tell you when to prove that you said it. This is when Blachowicz became champ.
Thank you.
You said he's good. I like him, but I just can see the belt going backwards and forwards all the time. I remember.
Yeah, and obviously since then you've had Blachowicz, you've had Prohaska, you've had Glover, and Jamal.
Yeah.
And so I mean that's like what four people.
So it's,
Uh,
it was a truth comment. Never a
yeah,
truer word said.
and it's but I think what Jamal Hill did in this fight is I did think that if Glover got him down to the mat or grabbed hold of him, so I thought that if Jamal hit him on the button, he'd probably knock him out. But if he didn't, Glover would probably grab him around the waist, slam him down on the mat and do what he usually does, be a big blanket and then just end up getting,
Yeah, non-stop ground and pound.
ground and
Yeah,
pound or, and then a choke or something. That's what I thought would happen. And to be fair to Hill, he defended those takedowns by and large.
brilliant.
I think he got him down like once, maybe.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
think he got him down twice, but I think once he reversed him, and that was the best aspect. I think.
Yeah, it showed how good the Sweet Dreams is, right?
Yeah, that he's well
He's
rounded.
complete. Yeah,
He's well
yeah.
rounded. Yeah,
I thought
and
it was good as well. Yeah, brilliant.
and I think that was the best thing
And
because
and breath all 5 rounds.
yeah, as well. Definitely, he took some shots as well. Definitely took
He
some
did. Yeah, yeah,
pretty good
exactly.
shots.
Yeah, it
So I think
showed
it's
a bit
good.
of everything, didn't he?
Yeah, so it's good to have someone who maybe can put. I don't think he's going to stay champ, for a real long time. But someone who's at least a solid light heavyweight contender. Someone you can rely on for the next few years to be there or thereabouts. Because that division don't have much in regards to talent. But let's put it like this, I watched that fight and I went, if I was Adesanya, I'd be thinking light heavyweight again. And to even Alex Pereira
Oh, I
said,
know what you mean because he went up to do Blackowitz and got done
Mm,
blanket version, and you're
yeah,
saying now he could go up to there and probably
I think yeah,
have a good
Jamal
chance of
Hill's a
winning
better.
this one. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Jamal Hill's a better stylistic matchup for him. A
but the
much
the,
better
the, the
matchup.
word is obviously they're supposed to be doing the rematch with Pereira and Adesanya, but the word
Mhm.
is Pereira's gone. Nah, forget that. I'll do 205 and have a smash with Jamal's.
I think it's been announced though, Pereira.
Yeah, I
Adesanya.
saw because you sent saying earlier,
Mm,
but that's what he was saying. He said he would do the cut for Adesanya, I think something like that. He'd don't want to do the cut no more, but he'd do it for Adesanya. So obviously that's been agreed, so that's fine. But he was more than happy because remember he didn't want to go up to 205 because his mate Glover was up there,
yeah,
the training partners. So he went, well, now he's retired, I'll go
yeah,
up
it's not
there
coming back,
and
yeah.
get that. Yeah, which is fair enough. But it's right that he stays down and defends the belt. Right, he's only won it.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think that,
defended
that,
it,
that
whatever.
I think that's pretty cool of him to be honest, because he could sort of turn around and go, well, I'm not doing it. I've
Yeah,
done what I want to do there, and I want to go up now. No
yeah.
one can force him to stay at middleweight for
No, of course
any
not.
length of time. So I think it's quite good that he went. Now look, he deserves a rematch, or I'll agree that rematch.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a good performance from Hill. I did think there was a time, like I say, where Glover got him down. I think it might have been round 2 or something, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a Glover finish because Glover's one of those guys that when he gets someone down on that mat, he either finishes them or he has such an impact on them, what he does down there, that they ain't the same for the rest of the fight. But
Yeah,
Hill
absolutely.
was, yeah, Hill was. So yeah, fair play to him. I think the main thing for me in this fight was Glover announcing his retirement to an empty stadium. And don't ever be telling me that, you know, best fans in the world or whatever. Those people should have hung about for the end of that. And by the way, that goes for anybody, right? You'll have that the same in England, right? If their boy loses in the main event, people it's like in football. If your team's 2-0 down, you leave 5 minutes early, right? Because you're like, sod it, we've lost, and you just leave, right? So every crowd does it. What I'm saying is that just weren't befitting, really. I don't think
No,
because
especially like you say, with the reputation they've got of being there for their
yeah, they're
whatever
very passionate.
people or
Passionate
whatever.
about
That was weird. I mean, it was
yeah,
really, really empty, wasn't it? I mean, you
yeah.
could see. I think the chairs were like red or something. I mean, you just see all the chairs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they are well passionate, wicked fans, right? They are, they're kind of a little bit like the Irish fans and the British fans, just always
Yeah,
singing and flags and everything. But yeah, man, I don't know if the timing weren't very good, and there was, the last bus was leaving in 10 minutes or something. But it
who
just the whole
knows? Yeah,
and it weren't like Glover got banged out in the first 8 seconds, and everyone went, "Oh, that was a disappointment." He fought his heart out.
yeah, brilliant.
you know, really did leave, you know, the classic, left it all in there. And like I say, I watched a couple of the embedded shows beforehand, and there's people going up to him on the beach and having photos with him and all this sort of stuff. I'm just like, what now? Just because he lost, no one can be bothered to hang around for 5 minutes and listen to him, you know, to his speech or whatever.
What's strange?
Just a bit, yeah. It was just a little bit. Just felt a bit rough for him, really. It's just like he should be having when he leaves, you know. Especially when you saw earlier in the night as well, right? Aldo getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, crying and all that sort of stuff, and the crowd cheering and stuff. Just felt a little bit crap that Glover, like I say, just left his face in the octagon.
He did do.
You know,
There it
and
is. Look, top middle, smashed
yeah,
it off. Yeah.
and
You see,
just
this is the thing. They often it's said that Cormier's retirement fight was at the Apex, so he didn't get that opportunity to put his gloves down and retire in front of fans, if you like.
mm,
And this was completely the opposite. It was a massive crowd and his home country,
yeah,
and no one there.
And don't forget, it's the return. You've not been here for almost 3 years. We've been writing letters to you to come back and all this sort of stuff, right? Look, I don't want to. I'm not. I don't. I get it, right? Those things are a night. You know, those big events. They're a nightmare to get out of. All that kind of stuff. You probably would have been better hanging about because the crowd would have been outside, right? By the time, if you listen to Glover's exit speech, by the time you left, there would have been no crowd or nothing. Everyone would have
Yeah,
dispersed.
I don't know when they all went.
You've been better off
Yeah.
sticking around. And I don't expect everyone to go. I don't expect the whole arena to be jam packed still. I just thought that there would be more people there, considering it was Glover. He
I know.
did put in a good performance. It was in his home country. It was his retirement fight. Maybe a lot of those people didn't know, by the way, that he was going to retire after that fight, right? So they probably left, and then maybe
I
later.
thought they're supposed to be passionate fans that know all about what's happening. Well, we didn't know he was retiring. He weren't agreed that he was.
He never. Yeah,
because he may have won that, and well, I'm sure if he won, he wouldn't have retired. I don't know though.
But there wasn't any agreement, as far as I was aware, that if he lost,
Shogun was agreement. Yeah,
yeah. So I understand as well that you might have left and then gone, oh, what, he retired? Oh, that's a bit of a bummer
that's
or whatever.
possible.
So I get it, but yeah, it just felt a bit rough on Glover that, you know.
I mean, he did the version, didn't he, where he said, I've seen what's happened in the fight before. Moreno got the stuff dashed at him and everything. He said, so please don't do that. I'm going to walk out with him. I was like, there's no one to dash anything.
Exactly. Yeah. You ain't got to worry about that.
No. But it don't matter because when he walked out.
That was nice of Glover as well, though, right? To say that.
Yeah, brilliant. He's the best. You know, he's the best bloke. He's amazing.
Mm.
Never puts a foot wrong, that guy with the chats. Never heard any crap chats. I don't know what he's like behind closed fingers. He might be a scumbag, but he's absolutely brilliant. Who knows, right? I don't really know him. He's not, not your mate. But there you go. He got the Gracie at the end. That was a good shot, wasn't it?
That is a good shot, yeah.
Legends version.
I'd have looked good in the middle of that. No, wouldn't I?
Well, I mean, it would have fit.
Yeah. We could have shared, like barber tips and stuff.
Maybe
like that.
Maybe that's your head in their hands.
Probably fit, but the Glover as well. He's like you say, his chats are wicked. We always liked him ever since the Bader fight.
I loved that fight and the reaction when he got that knockout. Like, could have got done there. Yeah, brilliant, really good.
He strikes me as being like that Powers uncle, Gizza. Powers strength, powers at everything. Comes around. He can fix your car as well. Your car's effed up. He can fix it. But I don't know, whatever. Your insulation's gone in your loft and all. He can do that as well. He strikes me as one of those blokes. But has he always been like 50 years old?
Well, the good thing is I've only ever seen him old. He just looks the same. It's like my granddad. We're chatting about him the other day, and I've only ever seen him old, but I saw him for years, ages, but I'd only ever seen him old. And it's the same as Glover. Yeah, he's just when he came into it, he had looked like an old granddad, and he still does. But he ain't aged, so that's a good thing, right? Didn't David Michael say that?
He did, yeah.
He said you stay the same. You get to a certain age and then stay the same for ages, right?
Yeah, he said if you go bald, obviously you sort of age a lot overnight. Sort of age 10 years overnight. But the bonus is where he always said, obviously, as long as you keep yourself in decent shape and stuff like that, he goes, you just won't then change for the next 20, 30 years. But and Glover hasn't. I mean, he really, when he entered the UFC, he already looked like he was about 48 years old. The annoying thing, here's a little fact for you: when Glover came into the UFC, he's basically bald and all that sort of stuff. And I remember
Yeah.
looking at him, going, "Oof, he's bald, all right." And I was losing my hair a little bit at that point. I thought, but at least it's not as bad as him or other people that were in it. Now he's got more hair than me. He has trust, and look, believe me, he's got more hair than I have. I've seen him in training vids and stuff like when he grows the stubble out a little bit. He's got that little patch at the front. Yeah, he's got more hair than I have. How annoying is that?
He's done you.
Yeah, how annoying is that?
And he's been UFC champ and everything.
Yeah, and what have I done? I've got a couple of good teams in FIFA, but that was about it.
Yeah, you're doing brilliant. Yeah, well, you're doing this now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a load of crap and all.
Well, anyway, he's retired. No better time really, because he's done it all, hasn't
he? Yeah, he's a guy that sort of ships a fair bit of punishment. Anyway, the Prohacker fight was pretty rough, wasn't it, as well? Yeah. And we spoke earlier about Lauren Murphy. Would you pull someone out? I wouldn't have pulled Glover out because to me, the same.
Yes.
Even more so than Murphy. I always felt that Glover was in that fight. And I think in round 5, he did actually get Jamal back down to the mat. And I actually went, "Here we go." He's going to do it last minute. And then he actually got reversed and stuff like that. But
agreed. With tough fight for Jamal Hill. That wasn't an easy go against Granddad.
Yeah, Glover was hitting him with strikes. Yeah. Glover was having success.
He took everything. He took them head kicks a lot. He took a lot.
Yeah,
amazing.
And I always felt like if he could get him down, grab around his waist, get him down to the mat again, that he could make something happen. So I personally wouldn't have pulled him out of the fight unless he wanted to come out of the fight. But there was no point where Glover was giving out distress signals. He never turtled up and just went down on one knee. He was always in that fight. He was always trying to win it. So
agreed. Yeah, absolutely right. So we'll just say amazing Shogun, respect version. He's brilliant. Retired. And then we've got Glover, who's retired. 2 brilliant ones. Not going to see him fight again. Both brilliant, though. Let's hope they don't do Jake Pauls and all that crap. You know what I mean?
Well.
Well, anyway, I've got a little game for you. Right? Little game. So I'm going to bring them up. And nice and slow, so we know you've got
this is crap. This because it's going to be asking me names that I ain't. But no, go on. Let's go. Just do it.
Okay, yeah, right. Like left to right. These are all the annex. The stars are out tonight, right? So we've got to say these are the ones that came up. Who are they?
Right. Well, top left is Desperate Dan.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah. So we've got Faber. We got
brilliant. Good shot of him in it doing the wave. Brilliant bloke.
I really like Faber.
He's amazing.
I'd like to be his mate. If I was in California, I think I'd be mates with him.
100%. We've agreed it. We're going runs up the hill in the sand and all that.
That's it with our tops off. Yeah. Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah.
Newly single Mackenzie Dern.
That's right. Yeah.
All the bloody drips are out there going,
Yeah.
Oh, single, like you're telling me there's
like it makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bottom right is obviously.
Well, hang on. Whoa, hang on.
Hang on. Let me do it. Let me do it the way I want to do it.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Bottom right is Charles Oliveira, who's just got that.
No, we need nicknames as well if you've got them for little bonus.
DuBronx.
Yeah. What about Uriah Faber?
California Kid. And Mackenzie is Mackenzie, newly single, done. The Bronx has now got a big, massive lion tattoo on his back. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
Takes up his whole back. He's got Oliveira kind of across his shoulder blades or whatever. He's now got a massive lion's head, and it's his whole back. So he hasn't got a lion's head, just partly, over his shoulder or something. It's the whole back. Now, the one thing I will say is, I'm not.
A lion's head ain't that shape though.
Yeah, but with the mane, shape of the back, the mane and stuff like that. Look, honestly, I have to say, I'm not into tattoo stuff like that. I've only seen one picture of it, but it looked amazing. Now, what I mean by that is the tattooist has done an amazing job.
Yes, good
But
picture.
yeah, but I'd rather just have a picture of a lion on my living room wall rather than have it on my back. I can't even
Well,
see
you
it.
can never see it unless he's got a mirror.
Exactly,
Crap.
yeah. So, but it looked like the tattooist done a good job. But anyway, he's got a massive lion tattoo on his back now.
All right.
As for the
Something for
other,
me to look out for.
that's Pantoja, bottom left.
Yeah.
Alexander Pantoja.
Yeah, brilliant. Both names like it.
Is the top right? Is he a fighter? Is he?
You haven't asked for a clue or anything, so
That's what I'm asking you now. Is he a fighter?
well, he came up. He's one of the stars, so
Yeah, I know, but
he's either
sometimes
a
they're
star or he ain't. You know what I'm like about famous blokes? He's either a star or he's not.
yeah. What I'm saying to you though is he a fighting star? Is he a star like as in he's a football player or a?
But you know him or not?
Well, obviously not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be
What's
asking
he
that
been
question.
done then?
Well, would you have got Pantoja?
Yes.
Bollocks. Right, go on then. Who is he? The top right bloke.
What do you mean?
You
I would
wouldn't
have
have
got
got
it. I knew
Pantoja, and you
the
wouldn't have got
last time they had an event there, it was empty.
you wouldn't have got Dern either. Go on, top right. Who is
Oh,
it?
give
Give me a
over.
clue then. Give me a clue.
I can't because I don't know his name either.
Right,
I've
okay.
forgotten. He's some Brazilian DJ. That's why we don't know who it
Oh,
is.
well, there you go then. I told you. Any more? I quite like this
Yeah.
game. Any more?
Yeah, there is only one more slide, but yeah, I thought you might like it. Might as well make something of it.
I was going to say that's Alex Pereira top left. Bang, it's Vicente Luque. Doesn't it look like Pereira? Don't you think?
It does. It was such a stupid shot. He weren't even in the crowd. He was just in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, it looks like he's in the nosebleeds and all, doesn't it?
It was weird because he
Yeah.
was just in the middle of nothing, and just standing there. All right. Yeah, so that's the correct, Vicente Luque.
We've got RDA and Vadum down the bottom right.
Brilliant. Good one. See, now the reason that's a good one is because, Vadum ain't in it no more. So it shows a bit of historic knowledge. What's his nickname?
It's a shame he's not doing happy face. You can actually see
He is
RDA.
doing hat face.
You can see RDA in the background of the shot above as well.
You can, yeah. Brilliant.
Now, I know that guy at the top right. I know him, but I don't know his name.
What about Vadum's nickname? That's not been.
Fabrizio.
I don't know it either, by the way. I'm not even sure he's got one. I've just thought about it and gone, I don't know.
Right, well, don't ask
He
me
has
then.
got something like Fabrizio Viocana Vadum. He has got one. It's a Brazilian one. I'm certain of it. But don't worry, next, we'll look that up.
The bloke top right, I know him. He's had a few fights in the UFC. I think he's unbeaten in the UFC. He's the one who's got that tattoo on his neck that says, I can't remember, it says...
Bloody hell, that fit on his neck? I can't remember. Blimey.
I can't remember what it says on his neck. It says something, it says something powers, like destruction or war or something like that. But he's got something like that on his neck. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I do know him.
Okay. Well, I don't know his name either.
Oh,
it came up on the screen and I got rid of it by purpose so that we don't know. And then I forgot to make a note of it. That's why I don't know the DJ and I don't know that bloke.
There you go. You see he's got his on his neck there. Does that say free or does it say freedom on his neck or something like that?
I think that it says I can't remember.
That'd be better.
Right, so we don't know him and I don't either, by the way. So even though I'm supposed to, crap quizmaster.
Well, obviously I do know him, but I just don't know his name.
All right. But you're right. He did come up as a UFC fighter, so you do know, yeah.
You got the back left of Dos Anjos. You got some guy who's going to go home and go, I shouldn't have worn that tighter t-shirt because it shows off the belly.
Yeah, it's true. He got the tie, yeah.
So that's that. The female fighter above, I don't know, so I'm just going to say someone like Amanda Ribas.
Brilliant! It is.
And I had a feeling. So
excellent.
Ribas. There's no way you'd have got that one. No way you'd have got Ribas.
Ribas, I would have got that one. But very good, that one. Very good.
So far I've got all the fighters because obviously bottom left, it's our boy.
Yeah, look,
he's the best.
You couldn't get the DJ right.
Yeah.
Who could?
I'll tell you what. Anybody who's still listening, which is literally going to be nobody. Be honest. Don't worry about the DJ. How many of these people could you name?
Yeah, how many? So
there's 4 there, and then Cycle over. Is there 9
there's 5
in
there?
Yeah. No, we're not including the DJ. He's not
Well,
fighting.
he's on the tile. They
Yeah, I
might
know,
know
but
him.
he's not a fighter. We're very interested in fighting stuff, right? So there's
Oh,
4
well,
there.
all right. Well, I
Skip to
shouldn't
the
have put
next
him
tile.
on then.
Skip to the next tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 6 here. So out of 10, I got 9. It's pretty good. That
Excellent.
it's all right,
Well,
isn't
you
it?
haven't got the bottom left yet.
Yeah, I told you, Paulo Costa, in it. Oh, mate.
What about his nickname?
Well, hang on. Before we do that, what about his hair transplant?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You did say he was getting one of them done, didn't you?
No, he's had it. He's had it done a while back.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember him being that badly crashed out. All right.
He was when he was in fights. You could see when his hair got a bit sweaty.
No, it happens to us all. That
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
nickname.
nickname.
It's another Brazilian word,
Oh, it is it?
like a Massaranduba. Yeah, it's one of them. You know, that you don't know, but you know it. You do know it. I know it.
Borrachinha.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, can you look up the Dooms, please? Because it's something like Vika Howlo or something like that.
I'm pretty impressed with my knowledge there.
Yeah, loved it. The Hibas was a good one, no?
Yeah, like genuinely, if anyone is listening, if you got more than 9, be honest.
Let's do it again for them.
Do what again for them?
Show them the slides, right? So you got, there you go, those ones.
His names are Vi Cavallo. Go.
I told you it sounded like Vika Howlos, yeah.
Yeah, Vi Cavallo. Go horse. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Here, if you got that as well, that's a bonus point for anybody.
That's where you get bonus points for the nicknames, yeah. Don't think Vincente
we should
Lugo's
do
got
this
one,
at the start. We should do this at the start. This is the best.
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the best bit about it.
Yeah, it's a good idea, wasn't it? Yeah, just thought I'd try and make
the
something
shot
a bit
of
more.
the woman in the crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's almost finished, so that's that. Just to finish off, you mentioned it earlier. And did you watch the vid? It had a wicked mural in there. I put a shot of it in case you missed it in the bottom right there.
Yeah, who's the mural of?
Dan Henderson, I think.
Does look more like Dan Henderson, yeah. Dan Henderson and TJ Dillashaw had a baby. But
look, he had to go in. I know everyone does chats about this stuff. So I said I ain't doing an Anik, but we both love this guy. He's one of the best. There's no doubt about it. Brilliant, brilliant bloke. Total, obviously should be in Hall of Fame and all that crap, but he's brilliant, and he was brilliant because he was doing cries and everything. And I didn't even put a shot of the cries by purpose because leave him, it's private. But I like the cries.
Yeah, I like the cries as well. Actually,
loved it. Yeah, so excellent, brilliant bloke. Wicked vid, showing his highlights and all that. Brilliant standing up this time because it was earlier in the evening. We did have a good crowd reaction, which is what you mentioned earlier. To him being in there every time he turned and put his arms up, he got extra cheers. Brilliant, and I bet he did love it. Well, he did. He was doing cries. He loved it.
I'm sure Glover will get that as well. Like next time there's a Brazilian in the card and all that.
No, yeah,
if he turns around the other wave, I know that there'll be wicked and powers for him. Just to clarify earlier, it's just a bit crap that on the actual occasion no one was there. Rubbish, but yeah, nice for Aldo. Yeah, he is one of the best. I think he's already slated for a boxing contest.
No, he's got excellent fist. Brilliant.
It amazes me though. I mean, at his age, probably doesn't need to box and do stuff like that. It just shows the power of these people. They're just
the competitive spirit or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah,
it ain't money, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so. No, I mean, he's
money's always good, but there's no way that's the driving force now. That was ages ago.
It's a shame because I'd like him to have a Jake Paul style payoff rather than
correct. Yeah.
Tommy Fury or whoever. I'd rather he had it, but he's probably going to be fighting in some sort of small Brazilian gymnastics hall. Probably like about $500 or something. I don't know, but anyway,
he's the best. Never liked it when he retired after that Marab fight. Couldn't believe it that I always thought he was going to go up to lightweight. Couldn't believe that he actually went down another weight class. He did loads of wicked stuff there and all. Brilliant. So
that was always the chat, wasn't it? That he was struggling to make it at feather, and that he was going to go up to lightweight. That was always when he finally lost. It was going to be like, right, well, he's going to sort of go up, and I do think I'd have been really intrigued to see him a fully non-weight cut, full breath version.
Yeah, that's what we wanted at the time.
Yeah, I mean that would have been amazing to see. but instead he done the shredded, emaciated bantamweight version, and still done brilliant. So
And still done, yeah, still
yeah,
done brilliant.
I think a lot of MMA fans won't ever forgive Marab for that.
Oh, what, for retiring him?
Yeah, because that was his last run. Marab
Yeah.
won in I don't want to say crap fashion, but it weren't.
I know what you mean. It weren't
You
a
know
good
what I mean? It was just
smash
a
out
bit
send
like,
off fight. Yeah, it was another one
yeah,
of those
couldn't you just let him?
drag around.
Couldn't you just let him win? Let him
Yeah,
have
you
one
should have let him
more,
win. You should have let him win.
rodeo. Yeah.
Although Marab is brilliant.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, he's a good, brilliant bloke as well. So, Aldo, let's do the move. Best. Do it for him. Brilliant move. Henderson painting down there as well, just to remember him. And that's the end of the chats for UFC 283.
Oh,
That's the end of the chats. Right?
yeah.
A fitting end. So thanks, Aldo, for all the wicked fights.
Hang on, wait.
Best
Is that
ever.
one of the stars of the show? Have I got to get her name as well? Because I don't know it.
You do know it.
I don't know her name. No.
I bet you do if I say it, even though I'm not 100% sure. It's something like Lucille Andrade or something like that. I'm not 100%.
There's a girl who's always at the Brazilian ones who's got dark
That's this
hair.
one.
No, it's not. There's another one.
No, it's this one.
Nah, is it Camille Oliveira or something?
Right. Put it in then. So you do know then.
Hang on, let me have a look.
You're bloody disgusting.
Well, I'm not the one who put it on.
It's for you.
That ain't for me. I don't care about what she
What?
looks like. I'm not interested.
Well, it's nothing to do with looks. It's just the ending of the show. Just a fitting picture. Hey, like that. Hey. I mean, what's your bloody problem? Bloody brilliant, isn't it? Found it, Oliveira's?
It's Camila Oliveira is the one I was talking about. The
Or
one
is that
who's
not this one?
Nah.
Oh, all right.
So yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I thought it was just an ending shot. What the hell's the matter with you?
All right, nice one.
That's it. It's not. We don't need it to go on any longer. There's a lot of fights. I believe there's about 15. That's a lot. That.
Crap podcast, that wasn't it? Anyway, hope you.
Did you like this event? I really liked it. It's a shame because you didn't see a lot of the beginning fights, and they were all, the Brazilians came out storming. You know what I mean? They smashed teeth for ages. I'd say, if anything, it slowed down towards the end, even though the last three fights, the two title fights.
Always helps the atmosphere, doesn't it? If the hometown fighters are sort of doing good. I mean, they didn't because Dalby won, Stamen won, so that's a couple of, if you like, foreign fighters or however you want to put it. Obviously, Shogun lost. That would have.
Oh, Moreno.
Mexican, Moreno won.
Yeah, done Brazilian. Yeah.
Johnny Walker. Oh, he's Brazilian.
Yeah.
The name, innit? Got done by name. He's obviously not Brazilian, just at a glance.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Done Paul Craig. Even more English name. So, but obviously Jamal Hill. So it was a bit of a 50-50 event for Brazilians, really, I guess. Hill, Moreno,
Walker,
Teixeira, Dalby, Stamen.
Why is Teixeira just put in there?
Huh?
Why is Teixeira? Because he got done and he was Brazilian.
No, he beat Hua. I'm going through the people.
Oh, what's his name? Igor.
Igor Pochiera, yeah.
Pochiera, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Teixeira.
Now you've got done. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
it was an alright card. I didn't find it particularly exciting.
Yeah, but you did. Okay, but don't forget, you didn't. Did you watch the Aldo Hall of Fame induction?
Well, I watched him doing crimes and stuff.
Oh, right. Well, the induction vid was brilliant before he got up and did the right.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch that.
It was good. The Shogun vid was brilliant, of highlights of him in Pride, soccer kicking people in the face and everything. That was brilliant, and it was brilliant. The kid post in the envelope. All right, some people might think it's cheesy, but it was still good. And I didn't really like the rap one that much, but I still liked the clips of them celebrating Brazilian fighters. So to me, I did like this card, and I think they did a good job of trying to make it a little bit more interesting.
Well, why don't you ring Dana White and tell him you want to give him a kiss or something?
I might just do that.
Yeah, he
You
might
said
slap.
one there that I actually like the idea. Brilliant.
Yeah, he might give you a slap though, so be careful.
Might do, yeah, might do. And I also did other stuff, didn't I? So I also added in the game.
That
So
was the best bit about it. Yeah, best bit. Do that again, please.
I made the card good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do
All right,
stuff like
well,
that again. That was better.
all right, okay.
The rest
Bloody
of it
hell.
was crap. Right. See you
Maybe we
later.
should just do that.
Agreed. No one wants to hear our opinion on
No,
whether
we
the
didn't.
bloody
Well, we tried not to do too
promo
much
videos were
opinion.
good.
Yeah,
Let's just
I
save
know.
that chat for when we go down the calf.
Yeah, brilliant. All right. See you
All right.
later.
Nice one.
Best. All right, so